So I'm in my recruiter's office and he's giving me my results, passed the test with flying colors. And then he looks at me and he says, but you got a problem. You got to lose weight. This is Story Arcs. I'm Art. This is about the time that I almost didn't get into the Air Force, but a fellow Puerto Rican got me in. So
Let's go.
When I was around 19, joined the U.S. Air Force, and I had a recruiter who was, let's just say he wasn't a good dude. Some people get good recruiters, some people get crummy recruiters. Mine was pretty crummy. And the reason why I say that is because these guys, their job is to sell you on joining the military. And there's a number of things that they can do for you to look out for you if they want to. So if you're ever planning on joining the military, one of the things you need to know is you have to get your job guaranteed in writing. Because if not, then you're just a body and they can throw you to do any job they want you to do. So when I was joining the military, I was kind of like in a tight spot and I needed to join quickly. And so I guess my recruiter figured that out and he was like, oh, I could just get this dude in. It doesn't even matter or whatever. But when I took all of my tests to join the military, I scored like really, really high. So I could have taken just about any job I wanted to and even gotten like bonuses, extra money, thousands of dollars for signing up for particular jobs. But all I cared about was being in Florida. All I wanted to do was be in Florida near my girlfriend. And so my only concern was to get to be on an Air Force base in Florida. Now, a lot of my family members, they joined the Army, they joined the Marines, all this kind of stuff. And I could have easily done that. But I joined the Air Force because my concern was being in Florida. And all the Air Force's bases that I wanted to be at were in Florida, right? All the military bases that I was interested in were in Florida. So I joined the Air Force. That was one of the reasons. Long story short, I go to my recruiter. He goes to give me my grades. He's like, yeah, everything looks really good, but you got to lose weight. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, bro, I'm an athlete. Like, I got a six pack. What are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, but for your height, you have to be a certain weight. So at the time I was about 6 feet tall, which meant that I had to weigh like 198 pounds or something like that, right? But I weighed like 206 pounds. And so, I had been a football player in high school and all this kind of stuff. So I was kind of muscular. And this dude's telling me I got to lose weight, otherwise I'm not going to be able to get in. So I'm like, all right, fine. So the day that they take us for testing, right? They take us out to Brooklyn. They put us in this hotel the night before. And the reason why they do this is because they don't want you to show up late for the testing on the day you're supposed to be tested, because people will definitely show up late. So they throw you in this hotel and then they have control over getting you to the place on time. So my recruiter's like, listen, what you got to do is you got to take an enema, right? You're going to be in your hotel room and you got to take this enema. And that enema, you're just going to clean out your whole intestine. You're going to lose like 3 pounds, right? Then I want you to run around the block and just keep running around the block until you don't have no more energy. And then you're going to lose like another 2 pounds just running around the block, right? You get one of them plastic suits, you'll sweat like an animal, you run around the block. And he's like, and then don't eat. Don't eat for like a day and a half, right? Just don't eat nothing. Don't drink no water. Don't do nothing. And he's like, and last thing is, you can take a bottle. You take like a water bottle, 16-ounce water bottle, and you just keep spitting in it, right? And every time you fill it up, that's 16 ounces. That's a pound that you'll have taken outside of your body in liquid. So just do that too, because that's what the wrestlers do. I kid you not. This is the stuff that this dude was telling me to do so I could lose these 7 or 8 pounds, right? So I went and then the last one was, he told me to go into the bathroom to turn the hot water on and to stay in the bathroom for hours so that the steam would make me sweat out. So what this guy wanted me to basically do was dehydrate myself to the point of death so that I could pass this weight exam, right? It was just crazy. And so what I ended up doing was I sat in the bathroom for like 3 hours, just running the hot water like a crazy person, right? Sweating like crazy. Then it was in the middle of winter, right? It was like December. So I go out there and I'm running around this hotel in the middle of Brooklyn, running around this hotel. And dudes is looking at me like, yo, what are you doing, right? It's the middle of winter time. I'm out here running around at 11 o'clock at night, running around this building for the longest time. And then I go upstairs and I'm like, trying to spit into this bottle to try and accumulate a pound's worth of liquid that I take off my body weight, So long story short, the next day we go there, we're getting our testing done. They test our height, our weight. They make us do the duck walk, all this kind of stuff. And when it comes to the time to weigh in, I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, all right, I know that I'm not overweight, right? I'm simply in shape. My muscles are heavier than fat would be. And so I'm not going to really lose this weight the way these people are telling me to. And I know at that point I was dehydrated. So when I go to the weigh-in, there's this Puerto Rican dude. He's the one doing all the weigh-ins, right? And he's like, what's your name? And I'm like, yeah, my name is Pizarro. He's like, where you from? I said, my family's from Puerto Rico. I'm from the Bronx. He was like, all right, Pizarro, let's go. Get on the scale. So I get on the scale. He's looking at the scale. He's looking at me. He's like, yo, you 3 pounds overweight, bro. And I'm like, yeah, man, but it's muscle. Like, look at my 6-pack, bro.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that don't matter, though. U.S. government don't care about your 6-pack. And so I'm like, all right, well, so what am I going to do? He was like, don't worry about it. You weigh 198. I was like, really? He was like, yeah, you good, go. And so, I'm just looking at this dude like with all this gratefulness in my eye. And I just go into the next room to continue my testing, So if it hadn't been for that dude, they would have kicked me out of being a candidate for the U.S. Air Force, even though I was an athlete. So the moral of the story is, if you ever decide to serve in the armed forces, which is a good thing in my opinion, get yourself a good recruiter. Make sure you get your job in writing, and, always be thankful to the people who help you along the way.